Hello, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the GoTalk 9 Plus overlays and symbolised resources that are available for download to accompany the BookBug category of Scottish Children's Book Awards Books 2014. There are 5 different overlays that you can download to go on the GoTalk 9 Plus, which can also be used as a low-tech symbol board, simply for pointing at without the voice output. But if you do have pupils who use the GoTalk 9 Plus overlay, you can use them in the voice output device. There are 5 different overlays, one for each of the 3 stories, so one for Princess Penelope and the Runaway Kitten, one for Robot Rumpus, and one for Lost for Words, which I'll just show you. So there's Princess Penelope, there's Robot Rumpus, and Lost for Words, as well as a general shared reading overlay, which can actually be used with any book, but just for generally joining in shared reading and chatting about the story. And also a voting board, so that the children can have their voice heard and vote for their favourite book. So I'm just going to give you a little demonstration of using one of the story overlays with one of the shortlisted books. So I'll just check that I'm on the correct level. Level 1 has got that story on it. So here we go. And here we go. In Royaltown Palace, one long lazy day, Princess Penelope wanted to play. But Daddy was reading and Mummy was knitting, so she thought she'd make friends with the mischievous kitten. Penelope giggled. The kitten looked funny, with pink wool all tangled around his white tummy.
There he is. Kitten.
So the child might point out the kitten when they see them in the book. But then off he ran with a swish of his tail, leaving behind him a pink woolly trail. Penelope chased him, and Doggy came too.
Doggy. Running.
Yep, Doggy's running after the kitten, isn't he? And who else can you see?
Princess Penelope.
Oh, that's right, it's Princess Penelope. The cage door swung open and out the birds flew.
Birds.
Oh, birds, yeah, there's the birds. And what are the birds doing?
Birds. Flying.
That's right, the birds are flying out of the room. They looked in the throne room and round the gold chairs. But where was the kitten? He dashed to the stairs.
Oh no!
Oh no, he's dashed off, hasn't he? What might you say to the kitten?
Come back.
Come back. So they might join in and see what they want the kitten to do. So that's just an example of how you might use the overlay. There's plenty of scope for vocabulary and expressive language throughout the story, so hopefully that will be a nice activity. As well as the overlay, you also get a vocabulary sheet which gives you ideas for what words to programme to go with the symbols. The 3 buttons at the top are more kind of general exclamations for each of the boards. So these can also double up and be used on Big Mac tops or Little Mac tops, which are really good if you have pupils in your class who can maybe only cope with pressing one message. So they could maybe have "oh no" on their Big Mac, or "there he is," or "come back," and they can join in at the appropriate moment. So as well as the 3 story boards, as I said, there's a shared reading board and also a voting board. So I'm just going to show you the voting board now, which is on level 5. So I've got all 5 of my boards in my GoTalk. Now because we've used all 12 buttons, when you move on to the next level to use a new board, you have to re-record the 3 top messages. So that's just something to be aware of, because in order to have enough vocabulary we've had to use all 12 buttons. So I'll just go to level 5 and I'll need to re-record my top buttons. So my top buttons are the names of the books, the 3 different books that you might want to vote for as the winner. So I'll just do that now, press my record button. Robot Rumpus, Princess Penelope and the Runaway Kitten, Lost for Words. And there you go. So now I've got my 3 buttons programmed, and the other buttons on the level should be correct. Let me just check.
The best.
That's fine. Let's just check that.
Robot rumpus.
Okay, so this is now a voting board so that children who have communication difficulties can join in and vote for their favourite book in the Book Awards. And there are links on the website as to how you can register to vote and vote for your favourite on the Scottish Book Trust's website page. Okay, so I might say something about the book if I was a pupil and a teacher said to me, right, so what do you like about Princess Penelope, for example? And I might say,
I like the pictures.
so it's the pictures that's making you like it and make it your favourite. You might say,
I like the characters the best.
so I like the characters the best. That's another reason you might want to vote for a book. Or if I say, oh, how about another book? What do you think about that one? They might say,
I don't like the characters.
or,
I don't like the story.
so there you go, there's a reasoning. Or they might think something's
Funny.
really funny in the book, or they might think something's
Sad.
quite sad in the book. And then once you've got their opinion and the reasoning behind it, you can ask them which book they'd like to vote for in the competition. So they might say,
I vote for Lost for Words.
and there you go, you've got a record that's what they've chosen, and then you can go online and the people can vote for their favourite. Okay, so I hope that you make good use of all the resources and that you have fun taking part in the Book Awards. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.